Hey trainers, Ham here with some more Pokemon video magic, and in today's video we are looking at the Spring Cup, which is made up of Fairy and Poison and what else? Steel, something like that. So most of those things don't like to see ground types, and I thought it would be a great time for me to break out the old Shadow Torterra. And that Pokemon is going to be Mud Slapping, and Mud Slap was, of course, kind of nerfed this season, but that's okay. It still hits pretty hard, and it does pretty decent energy generation. It's not quite as good as previous seasons, but it's still pretty good. So I'm gonna take what I can get there, and we are gonna build this team around things. Yeah, sorry for the notification that's kind of showing up top. I'm going to try and crop some of that out. This team worked out really well because, as I mentioned, ground types do a lot of damage on the meta against Poison and Steel. So, and they can do neutral, of course, against Fairy. So things are going pretty well with this team. I was able to climb from just hitting ace rank to about 2200 with this particular team, so it was good for climbing a little bit. But as I'm sure most of y'all know, you have to kind of switch up your teams as you climb higher because the meta is going to change, so you can't just rely on one team. But for the ELO level I was at, this was really, really good. And now I've just talked you through the first battle. There's actually only 4 here because I started at an awkward point. But I'm just going to go ahead and talk about the battle and the choices here. We've got a really tricky lead with my opponent using a Seaking. So Seaking is going to be super effective with its fast move against both my grass types in the back. And, oh, this is really unfortunate where they saved 1 HP and then they got to a charge move. That's okay, we'll get some extra farm that way, or at least get a head start. Seaking can also do super effective damage using its Icy Wind charge move. So Seaking is just really, really difficult. Fortunately, it's not super duper bulky, so that means that I can hopefully farm it down with some fast moves. I do want to keep my Torterra alive because that's the thing that can do the most damage here. So I'm gonna basically just sack my Gourgeist in the back and then go ahead and farm down, come into this with a charge move, and that's how we're gonna deal with the Seaking. My opponent could see what was coming and decided to go ahead and concede the match. So we were able to take game 2. Good game to my opponent. Next to last game here, same team. We're coming in with Shadow Torterra up front, up against a Jellicent. This is a very okay matchup. I'm going to go ahead and safe swap into my Ludicolo, and they have a really good answer to Ludicolo with a Trevenant. Also, Trevenant is super cool. Love Trevenant, but did not love seeing him here. So I had to basically use a shield because I wanted to win switch in this case so that I could make sure to get some grass type damage up against this Jellicent. It would have been even better if I could have got a little more ghost type damage through my fast move, Astonish, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and come in with the Torterra. I can tank one of any move here, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the Shadow Ball, and my opponent has their own Gourgeist in the back. Really unfortunate that they have more energy than me, so I'm just going for damage, and they decide they want to shield. So I said, that's great. I'm gonna go ahead and hope that they were using a Seed Bomb, which they were, and that allowed me to get to another move. So we are barely able to farm them down, and with 1 HP can go ahead and throw a Frenzy Plant, the legacy move, and take out that Jellicent. So that was another tricky lead, but that's okay. The Pokemon that I've got in the back here, Ludicolo and Gourgeist, are pretty good at handling some of the challenges that Torterra doesn't really want to deal with. Okay, this time we've got a Bruxish here, Psychic type. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap into Ludicolo, doing that fast move damage there with Astonish. My opponent comes in with a Victory Bell, and Ludicolo does terrible here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and let it go. And now I'm thinking, do I reveal what I have, or do I go with the Torterra? And I decided to go ahead and bring in my Gourgeist so that I could farm down and get a bunch of energy. We'll see what they decide to do. They probably have a charge move on the Bruxish. They decide to come in with a Tinkaton. I decided to blind throw my Shadow Ball there, which was a good call. It forced them to make a shield. And then I was able to Sand Tomb. Sand Tomb is going to lower their defense, so that's pretty good, and I just need one more move. Unfortunately, they are able to get off 2 Aqua Tails, and I felt like I needed to shield because I really wanted to get this Sand Tomb through against the Tinkaton. And now I'm going to go ahead and come in with the Gourgeist, and I don't care how I'm getting the damage. I'm just doing damage at this point. So we are able to defeat the Tinkaton and take that last game. Ultimately, this is a really fun team. I think any ground types you have. More content ready for you soon. Until next time, trainers.